What is up guys, it's your boy Swolam here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Now, today we're talking about something very interesting. I am going to be talking about how every single class in the game can get a very good rune for their class. I mean, I guess the word very good depends on if you're playing that spec or not, but unlocking in a certain NPC can give every single class a very good rune, or in this case, Warlocks get a very good rune, and I'm talking about Demonic Pact for Warlocks, for example, and I'm also going to be covering how that relates to a very good gold farming opportunity that you can take advantage of. And when I was doing this today, which this video is uploaded tomorrow, so basically yesterday for you guys, but today I was farming upwards of 30 gold per hour while doing this. Now I'll also give some tips and tricks on gold farming here and gold making. I'll just do that now actually. Now at level 25, when you get to level 25, the experience you get from doing quests is converted to gold. So my advice and what I've been doing is do some quests at level 25, but keep in mind when phase 2 comes out, you will still want to do quests, unless you have a contingency plan like AoE farming, for grinding mobs, doing dungeons, whatever. If you don't want to do that, if you want to quest, then make sure you have enough quests to do in phase 2. So what I've done, for example, is I've left half of Duskwood and half of Wetland, so when phase 2 comes out I can go to those two zones, but I'm doing quests in Redridge and I'm doing quests in Ashenvale to get some gold. So by doing those quests, that took me about 4 hours to do a bunch of quests at level 25, I got 50 raw gold in 4 hours. That's about 12.5 gold per hour there just by doing quests, and I wasn't really being fast, I was just doing everything that I could, like low level quests, and just having fun while doing it. So by doing that you can get about 12.5 raw gold per hour, right, by doing quests. It depends on your questing speed, the quests you're doing and so on, but take that with a pinch of salt. So raw gold, just do quests at 25, but just don't do all of them if you want to have quests in phase 2. Now if you want to farm gold, then this rune today really comes in handy, and I'll just show you everything about it real fast. Like I'm at the vendor right now, I've unlocked the vendor and gotten the rune, and I'll show you the runes you can get while I'm logging in here. So you can see everything, you can see the location of the NPC, and I'll talk about the quest line itself before we talk about and show the runes and show the farming possibilities here, because I was farming here on stream today, so I can show you guys how I was farming, where I was farming, and why you want to be farming. So this is the NPC, he's a Grisby and he's in Ratchet, and even if you're Alliance you still want to go to this guy, so you're gonna have to deal with some world PvP. There's a bunch of world PvP in Ratchet, and definitely the more people know about this, the more PvP there's going to be. So when you see this guy, you have to have a certain amount of gold in your bags. I don't know if it's 1 or 5, but it's like a certain amount of gold, and if he deems you worthy basically, then you're gonna have 3 quests that he will give you, and they're going to be hand-in quests, so he tells you to go and grab certain things for him, which we'll talk about very soon, and after doing those quests you get 1 more quest to go back to Stormwind with a certificate of trading, just to like get a stamp on that one, and you complete that quest, go back here 1 more time. It's a lot of back and forth, I know, and then he will open up a sales window for you, which will give you Rune of Sacrifice for Paladins, Rune or the Harmonious Epiphany for Priest, Rewind Time for Mage, Lone Wolf for Hunter, Rune of Warbringer for Warrior, Survival for Druid, Rune of the Pact for Warlock, Rune of Main Gouge for Rogue, and Dual Wield Spec for Shamans. Now, those are just the rune names. We'll take a look at the abilities as well real quick here before we keep moving on. Now for the runes themselves, the one we just talked about, you can see them here as well and what they do. So for example, Epiphany is the Serendipity rune for priests. The Sacrifice is Divine Sacrifice, that one kind of speaks for itself. Rewind Time also speaks for itself. Lone Wolf also speaks for itself. Survival also is the sort of the fittest, right? The tanking rune basically. For Druids, you have Warbringer, also speaks for itself, it's the actual Warbringer rune. Rune of the Pact is the Demonic Pact for Warlocks, really good for raiding by the way. Main Gouge, a one-off if not the tanking rune for Rogues. Actually no, it's one-off, not the tanking rune. You also have Dual Wield Spec. So those are the runes you're getting. Now for the quests themselves from this mob, you will have to hand in, like these are the quests you're getting. You're getting Fish Oil, Dark Iron Ordnance, and Shredder Turbocharges. Now the first 2 are kind of easy. You have to deliver 24 fish oil, which is a common drop, and they only drop from Murlocs level 27 plus. There's a couple of level 26 ones, but don't really care about those. You have to farm it either in the southern part of Wetlands, like south of the Alliance City, or go to to Hillsbrad and farm Murlocs level 26, 27 plus. So you're level 25, they're 27, 28, 29 and even 30 in some cases. It's gonna be a little bit rough to farm, but for me, getting 24 fish oils took me 40 minutes. Which means that you can technically get about 40 per hour of fish oils. Now, Dark Iron Ordnance, you can either farm from the Dark Iron Dwarves in the northern wetlands, the elite dwarves, right? And what's good here is that they can drop in a raid. So you can make a raid of 40 people, and it looks like it has a personal drop. So it doesn't look like it has a personal drop, which means that everyone can loot every single mob. It does not have a 100% drop chance, but everyone can loot every single mob. And based on my testing here, you want to tag the mob. That way you will get counted for the personal loot. So don't go AFK, even though you probably can. I haven't really tested that part, but make sure you tag the mobs. That way you will get the loot, or you have the chance of getting loot, right? So getting 20 of those took me about 15 minutes, which is pretty fast. So like combined, these two take you 1 hour, and they're in the same zone. Now the last one though, the Shredder turbochargers, you have to deliver 16 turbochargers to this same person, which you can harvest from Shredder mobs around the world with Shredder Auto Salvage Unit. This is a new engineering schematic that drops from Sneed in Deadmines Dungeon. If you're playing Horde, it's still Sneed in Deadmines Dungeon. So yeah, if you have engineering, go there, kill that guy, get the recipe, and crafting these is by themselves a huge gold maker. You can either craft these auto salvage units and sell them for example, when I did this today, I made someone, or I paid someone who had engineering to craft these for me. I gave him a 1 gold fee just for crafting them, and here's the thing. They're selling on the auction house for 1 gold and 50 silver. I was crafting them for 50 silver, which is a 1 gold markup, and I gave him 1 gold to craft me 20 of them, which means that technically I made, what, 19 gold just from that. But I was using them myself, but I'm just telling this to show you, or showing you this to tell you that you can make insane gold just by crafting these right now, because the hand-ins here, everyone have the same hand-ins. Every single class wants to hand in 24 fish oils, 20 Dark Iron Ordnance, and 16 Shredder turbochargers. And the turbochargers are the most annoying part. Every single class will want to do this as long as those runes are useful for your class, which provides a huge supply versus demand market, very low supply, very high demand, which means it's going to be a high price. For example, the Shredder turbochargers, the one that are already filled, they were selling on the auction house for 3.6 gold each. You read that correctly, or you heard that correctly. 3.6 gold. Based on you needing 16 of them, that is about 50 gold to complete this quest, which almost nobody has. You will have to do a bunch of the quests at level 25 to get 50 gold. But also, I will tell you, getting these items is absolutely terrible, especially on a PvP server. It is absolute chaos over there, because there's not that many shredders available. It's a PvP zone, PvP flagged, and it's popular. Everyone is there at the same time, right? So doing this quest was absolutely horrible. You have to layer swap quite a bit, and that's why it's so good. And it's a really good gold farm. Once again, even if you don't have engineering, you can buy these. For the current price today was 1 gold 50, and these were selling for 3 gold 60, which means that for every single shredder you killed, you got 2 gold, and then you can sell it. And I'll say this, I was able to get 16 shredders in 1 hour, a little bit under 1 hour actually. So based on that being 2 gold profit per shredder, that is 32 gold per hour if you just sold these, if you literally bought these and sold these. Now I made even more gold because I actually paid someone to craft these for me. So instead of paying 1 gold 50 for them, I paid 50 silver for them, which means in my case I'm getting 3 gold profit per turbocharger, which made me 90 gold. Like, is it 90? 48. Sorry, 48. 16 times 3. So that should be 48 gold, right, per hour at level 25 on day 3. That is absolutely insane. Now the question you might ask is, anyone gonna buy this? And the answer is yes. But people usually buy them one by one. Nobody has 50 gold to throw around, but maybe you farm, like, let's say you farm 10, 11, 12 or 13, you might buy the last few you need, because suddenly you're just annoyed of being there for a long time, and you just buy the last 1 or 2 or 3 that you need, right? In which case, you can make some very easy gold. Now, I've been talking a lot about this, but I wanted to, like, really put this into perspective on how good this is right now. And the fact is, once again, every single class needs the same items, which means there's a massive supply versus demand here. So let's talk about where to farm these and show some clips of me farming here today. So like I just said, item number 1, or I guess number 2 if you want to go like alphabetically or like through the materials. One of the items you need is the Dark Iron Coordinates, or Ordnance, which can be dropped in a raid. So what we did was we had a big raid going of about 17 to 20 people, all doing it together, because once again, you're killing level 30 to 31 elites. And this is actually a really good farm, because first of all, you're getting Dark Iron Ordnance on a personal loot basis, right? So you just like loot them when you loot them. If you have good RNG, you have good RNG. If you have bad RNG, you have bad RNG. On top of that, these are level 30 to 31 elite, and they drop a bunch of greens. Like, even in like the 15 minutes I was farming here, I was able to win 1 green myself, a +9 shadow spell damage cloak, which is like pre-bis I think, but also a bunch of people found greens that were bis for them or pre-bis. Bis stands for best in slot, so like that's really good. You can get greens that you can sell. Some of them sold for 10 gold each. Green items, but that's because they're best in slot before the raid, right? Because they roll with perfect stats. So not only are you farming for the Dark Iron Ordnance here, you're getting greens. This cloak, for example, 9 shadow spell damage, is the one I was just talking about. I won this cloak, and I'm currently using this cloak. I could have sold the cloak, I got an offer for 7 gold on the spot, but I'm planning to raid on this character, so I was just using this character. And you saw some, I think it was 8 agility, no, 8 strength and 7 agility legs drop as well, which is pretty damn good. And you're getting so many very good green upgrades here. It is a really good place to farm, and it's super chill because once again, you can be in a raid, you can be in a group. It's not a forced solo farm, so it's kind of social as well at the same time. And once again, the location is in the northern part of Wetlands. It's called Dunmother. It's right at the bridge, all the way up north. You can also technically farm this if you want to. Like, you can farm it from the regular mobs in Loch Modan, all the way north there as well. But first of all, they have a lower drop rate. And second of all, you can't farm in a group in that, you can't farm in a raid in that location. So like, it's like give and take. I feel like this one is way better, once again, because the greens are here, and you can get like level 25 greens. So yeah, really good spot. Now for the second part of the quest, which is also technically a farm, I was doing this in Bardin Bay, which is just south of the Alliance quest hub area in Wetlands. You can also do this in Hillsbrad Foothills. Now you're farming this for fish oils, and they're selling for about 35 silver each on the auction house, and I was able to get 24 of them in 40 minutes, which means you can get roughly 40 of them per hour if you're like farming at my efficiency, which in this case would be 12 gold per hour. On top of that, I got a really good blue BOE, which is also listed on the auction house for 15 gold, so like that one, if it sells, then I'm kind of rich. And I also got a pearl, an iridescent pearl, which the cheapest price when I was looking was 10 gold as well, which means if we convert everything here to pure gold per hour, we have 30 gold, 2 of them, like 20 of that gold being like 12 gold is pure gold per hour from the fish oil, which people are buying, so that's like consistent gold, and 18 gold was from RNG rolls. So really good farm, I think so. The thing here is, once again, you're killing murlocs that are level 28 to level 29, so if you're like playing a melee class, it can be really difficult and tough to solo. Warlocks though can solo here very easily, hunters can solo here very easily, and I even saw druids solo here pretty easily as well. So just keep in mind, the mobs are level 28 to level 29, aka 3 to 4 levels higher than yourself, so yeah, just if you are comfortable with that, then there you go. It's a really chill farm, and just about 12 gold per hour plus some RNG on top. I got the Jorgen bracers, for example, and I also got the iridescent pearl later in the farm by opening those clams. So don't throw away the clams, open the clams. The pearls are really expensive. People need them to craft things with their professions. That is farm number 2, and not the best one, but it's a really chill one. And I would recommend trying it out, or if you're farming it for the fish oil, just farm a couple of extra ones, and you can get some gold while doing it, right? Now, farm number 3, item number 3, and the most profitable one is this one right here, in Stonehollow Mountains at the Windshare Crag. You're looking for these mechanicals, the Venture Co. Light Shredders. I believe those are brand new mobs, and after you kill them, you have to use one of those auto salvager that I just talked about previously in this video, craftable by engineers. You have to use them on the corpse, and this will give you a bunch of engineering items, including the one item you need to hand in for the quest itself. So that's what you have to do there. These shredders, they spawn all over the place, and what I found to be the best thing is find 4 locations that you are comfortable with, like 4 comfortable spawns, 4 spawn points that you are comfortable with, and grind those back to back. Instead of running across the entire zone, that's just gonna cause chaos. Just claim a couple of spots to yourself and keep like those on lockdown, and just keep moving back and forth between those spawns. And by doing this, I was able to get all 16 that I need in just about, it took me a little bit under 1 hour to do this while I was leveling. So I decided to do this like while I'm leveling my alt, because once again, these are tradable, so you don't have to do it on your main. You can combine it with leveling an alt in this zone if you're going here anyway, hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, once again, this right here is the best part if you're considering about the gold. Either get engineering yourself or pay someone a tip to craft the thing for you, and then come here with as many as possible and loot the thing from the mechanical shredders, and you will get a lot of gold. And once again, it's the most tedious part to farm, which means the demand for this is going to be absolutely insane. And because you can farm raw gold by doing quests at level 25, I do think quite a few people will buy a couple of these just to finish their quest as soon as possible. And the runes we looked at from the vendor itself, there's a bunch of good runes for pretty much every single class. And yeah, as you can see, I'm an alliance here. There's a bunch of hordes around me, so if you do go here as alliance, just be aware, you will get ganked a lot. So like, if you get ganked too much, try to layer swap. That's what I did. The layer I was on first was absolutely horrible and borderline unplayable. I would be here all night if I was on that layer. I layer swapped, got lucky on my new layer, and it worked out, and I was able to keep doing this. So it went way faster once I layer swapped. So that's my one advice for you. If it absolutely sucks for you, there's a bunch of horde, or there's a bunch of the enemy faction in general, layer swap. Give it a try. That's pretty much what I have for you today. 3 insane gold farms if you want to use it for gold farming, or if you just want to get the rune, well, at least now you know where to and how to get the rune. And once again, my recommendation would be to try to farm some gold while you're getting the rune as well. If you want more gold making advice, I do have a gold making guide for Classic WoW, which also talks about Season of Discovery, some actual information there as well, some additional information, tips and tricks, and that's pretty much what I have for you today. I'll be live the entire day, so if you actually made it through the entire video, come by my live stream over here on YouTube or on Twitch, and let me know if you enjoyed the video or not. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video as well, and once again, I hope I didn't leave anything out because I'm pretty tired right now, and I think I talked about pretty much everything. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.